Hello everyone, welcome back for a quick tutorial on using Vim. I'm going to jump right into this right away and head over to a CSL machine. If you haven't watched the terminal video yet, go ahead and do that and then you can follow along with me. Alright, so I've jumped over onto a CSL machine. I've got Vim open. Let me put the focus back over here. It had been on my recording software, so now that the green box is there, you can see that I'm in Vim. Vim is a mode-based text editor. We're going to talk about 3 of the modes today. The first one is known as navigation mode or command mode. The second one is insert mode, where we're actually going to be inserting text. And the third one is the visual or block mode. All right, so first thing you'll notice here is that if you start just typing, you're going to be entering commands here. We actually have to push the letter I to enter insert mode. Let me see if I'm in the right place. Yep, there we go. Oh, I just typed an I. And it tells me I'm in insert mode. So what I'd like to do is just add a little text right here. To start writing some text, push I to enter insert mode. Okay? To get out of insert mode, back into command mode, I just push escape. Alright, I matched it a couple times. I'm back in command mode. If I type now, the keys do not... Whoops, I just typed an I. Back in insert mode. Escape to get out of that. Do not do it. I think they're not just going to enter text like it would in a regular like Word document or something. Okay, so to navigate, Vim is designed to be very efficient. You shouldn't have to use the mouse. That's the idea. And in fact, computers a long time ago did not have mice. So they would use the keyboard for all of their navigation. So if you put your hands at the home row, H, you're all going to do this all with your right hand. H will move to the left. L will move to the right, which always gets me because I'm moving to the right with the L key. That just feels backwards, but that's how it is. It's those 4 keys right in a row. H moves left, L moves right, J moves down, K moves up. J down, K up. Just 4 keys in a row. So there's a bunch of other ways that we can get into insert mode also. So right here I'm on line 1 in the middle of the line. If I just type the letter O when I'm in command mode or navigation mode, it's going to switch to insert mode, create a new line on the line below, and enter insert mode. So O will enter insert mode on the line below. Okay, cool. And then if I go, so I'm back in navigation mode by pushing escape. If I go down a line with J, capital O will bring up insert mode, but on the line above. So capital O on the line above. Okay, now when I'm back in command mode by pushing escape, I have one final option. So there's 4 choices. I for insert, O for line below insert, capital O for line above, and finally A will enter insert mode, but it's on the space over. So here, if I'm on the period right there, if I push I, I'm on insert mode right there on the period, and I start typing, it moves the period over. If I'm in command mode, I push A while I'm on the period, it's going to move it over for me. This is really useful if you're at the end of a line and you want to just continue typing without messing up what you're doing. So let me real quick make a note about that. Okay, great. Now we have that little note there. That'll be useful. All right, some more navigation stuff. I'm going to go back to navigation mode. Lowercase gg will jump to the very beginning of the file. Capital G will jump to the bottom line of the file at the beginning of the line. So GG to get to the top, capital G to get to the end of the file. I can type the number for the line number, so 2 and then capital G, 4 capital G, 5 capital G. We'll jump to any particular line. If I want to do some searching, the slash, once I'm in command mode, just double check with the escape key, slash, forward slash will be what I need to do for searching. So let's just search for the word mode. I bet that appears in here. So I'm going to type mode, I push enter, and it's going to highlight all of them. And I was on line 5. It's going to go down and move the cursor to the first occurrence of the word mode. Now I'm in search mode right now. Because this is all highlighted, I've got the cursor on that word mode. To cycle through and traverse the file and jump to all of these, the letter N will take me to the next occurrence of the word mode. And again, it notified me that it hit the bottom and continued at the top. And again, we'll just keep going down through all the different occurrences of the word mode. Capital N will go the other way, so it goes up. So I just added some notes about how the GG, capital G, the jumping works. And that 4G, jump to line 4, reminded me that there's, I can use numbers with a lot of these other commands as well. So let me get back into navigation mode. Remember a second ago I was telling you that K will move up, J will move down. If I want to move up by, let's say 5 lines, I can do 5K, and then move up 5 lines. If I want to move up 3 more, 3K. If I want to move to the left, well, I'm already on the left. If I want to move like 10 characters to the right, I can type 10L. If I want to move 4 down, 4J. So I can use numbers as I use the navigation commands. It can be useful for doing like moving full pages at a time. And along those same lines, there's word-based navigation also. So W will take me to the beginning of the next word. W, even if I'm like in the middle of a word, it goes to the beginning of the next word. So I'm just typing the letter W here. If I want to go to the previous word, the beginning of the previous word is B. So W and B, W, B, and E actually moves to the end of the word. And if the cursor is on the end of the word, it moves to the end of the next word. So this is much like W. So check it out. This is E. Let me back up a little bit with some B. And this is W. So W goes to the beginning of the word. E will go to the end of the word. If it's at the end of the word, it moves to the end of the next word. Let me make a note about that real quick. All right, so I just jotted down some quick notes there. W moves to the next word, B to the previous word, E to the end of the next word. And these can also be used with numbers. Here, let me just go up a little bit. Yeah, here's some text with a bunch of words. So I can say move 4 words to the right. Or I can move back 3 with 3B. There's 4W. I missed, sorry. That was 4W, moves 4 words over to the right. All right, also I've got 0 and the $sign. 0 will move to the beginning of the line, $sign will move to the end of the line. Next up, let me check my notes. Yeah, okay, searching without, yeah, if my cursor is already over a particular search word, let's just go to the beginning of this line. We'll move 1 word over, and then I'm on the word will. If I just type the $, that's going to highlight everything, and it's going to cycle up. So basically, it's the combination of search and next, all in one keystroke. So that's $. The star does the same thing, but it searches in the opposite direction. So it'll find the next occurrence of that. So that was $, and star. Let me pause the video and make a note about that. All right, I hope that was clear. It's taking the word under the cursor. So right now the search is the word under the cursor. So if I type £, it's going to move up 1 line to that next word search. Pound again will move that way to the next occurrence of the word search. And next, if I've got a bunch of stuff that's been highlighted because I've been using these things and I want to get rid of the highlighting, easiest way to do that is to search for something that's definitely not in there, some garbage, and then it'll clear all that highlighting. And to get rid of that giant red bar at the bottom, you can just go to insert mode and type something. Okay, just made a quick note there about jumping to the beginning and end of lines. And then I added some code. I wanted to talk about jumping to matching braces. So I'm in command mode. I'm going to navigate down and move over to a brace. So just L a bunch of times. I'm hovering over brace. I have my Vim set up. There's a vimrc file, .vimrc, that you can use to like set up how Vim works. I've got mine set with the matching brace coloring turned on, so my cursor is green and the matching brace is blue. If you don't have that set up, we'll talk about vimrc at the end of this. All right, so but the % key, Shift 5, will actually jump to a matching brace. So there I am jumping back and forth. Note that the green cursor is moving. If I move down a line and then left a couple of characters, that can be over that brace. Parentheses, it works with parentheses also. It also works with block comments. It'll jump to the matching block comment. All right, let's talk about deleting something real quick. So, for example, if suppose I want to, let's make this not go all the way to 10. So I'm just going to navigate over. I'm going to push D. Wait, no, it's not D, it's X. X to delete the character under the cursor. So X deletes the character under the cursor like that. X to delete the character under the cursor. Let's put those back. If I'm in command mode, U will undo things. So that undid the first change. That undid the second change. If I want to redo changes, it's Control R. So that'll delete the character again. That'll delete it. Undo, undo. X to delete. U to undo. All right, cool. Okay, the number R, the letter R will replace the text under the cursor. So I can type R, and then I can change this to 14. Now this little loop will count down from 14. I didn't actually compile it or check it to see if I've got typos or not. Let's pretend it works. So that was R18, R8. All right, so let's talk about deleting with the D key now. So D will put us in sort of a delete mode, and then it requires navigation commands just like the rest of things. So if I want to delete 4 characters to the left, I can push D and then 4L, and it'll take out 4 characters. I'm going to put those back. Let me move down the line. If I want to, so let's demo that again. If I want to take out the UMB, so I'm going to do D3 to the left. Okay, that takes out the character under the cursor and 2 more because I was using 3 characters. Put that back. If I want to, I can delete to the end of the line with D star, or I can delete to the beginning of the line with D0. So notice the cursor's over the U right now. It keeps the U and just deletes everything to the left of that. All right. So that works with all of the sort of navigation keys. If I let me jump up over here, we'll do 2. I can delete 2 words with D2W. Put those back. I don't want to mess up my guide. I'm going to post this on the course page so you guys can see and follow along. So that's deleting. Let's talk about, it's technically like a cut from Microsoft Word. So if I were to take, for example, the word beginning. Let's see if I get to the beginning of that. We'll delete 1 word. And now it's actually stored on the clipboard. So I can go up from here, just type K, and the command to paste it is just P. So there's the word pasted. Put that back so I don't mess things up. If I want to copy without actually deleting something, that command is Y. It stands for yank. So I can do Y word, and then I can paste that with P. Okay. DD will delete an entire line, just like that. Put the blank line back. Okay, 2 things left that I want to talk about. First up, the visual mode. So far we've seen command mode or navigation mode. They're the same thing. We've seen insert mode where I can actually type text. Visual mode is the last one, and there's 3 different kinds of visual mode. The first one, you can think of it kind of as like highlight mode. So I just type V from command mode. It gets into visual mode, and then I can use the navigation keys to just highlight a block of text. From there, I can use delete or Y to yank. So let's do that. Let's make a copy of jump to beginning using Y. That takes me back to command mode, so now I can easily just navigate to a good spot to paste this. P will then paste that. If I want to paste this a bunch of times, I can just keep pushing P. If I want to paste it 10 more times, that's 20. I missed. Paste it 20 times. So let's go ahead and delete that row. There, that looks good. Let's see what else. Okay, so that was just highlight mode. That's just regular V. We have a visual line mode with capital V. And now that's going to be selecting entire lines at a time. And again, I can get more than one by using the navigation keys to just move up a couple lines. I can yank that. We can go down to the end of the file with capital G. We can paste that. And we see that we get all, what did I get, 5 or 6, 5 lines. Okay, we don't need 2 copies of that. We'll undo that. So that's lowercase v, highlight mode, capital V, highlight lines. And now my favorite. This is the one you're actually going to spend a lot of time using if you get good at Vim. So I'm inserting here. Let's go with, yeah, I'll just start right at the end, beginning of this line. Let's make some variables. Let's go with X, Y, and Z. Oh, but in C++, we always need to give everything a type. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use Control V to get into block mode. I'm going to use J to select a block. And then if I want to insert some text here, I need to go back to insert mode. This is Shift I. It's capital I when we're in visual mode, so it's a little different. It's not just the lowercase I. But now I can type some text. So I'm going to make all of these int. It only shows the text on the first line while I'm typing. And when I push escape, that will exit this visual mode and like put the text in everywhere. I can do the same thing with copying text. So I'm going to do Control V again. I'm going to move it over. I'm just going to grab that much text. Hey, let's grab the space too. We'll yank that with Y. And now let's go back down to the bottom of the file. Make some space, and we'll paste that right there. There we go. All three of those ints have now been copied. And go to the end of the line with $, and insert A, B, C. There we go. Now I've declared some more variables. I can do the same thing with deleting. Suppose I don't want A, B, and C right there. I can do Control V to get to visual block mode, JJ to do the selection, D will delete them, or X could replace them. I've got all kinds of choices for how to use that block mode. And in fact, if I want to do something like really weird, I can do Control V, we'll grab those, I'll delete them. I'm going to just scroll up over to right here in the middle and paste those in. And it's just added int, right in the middle of my text, making this, well, garbage. Let me undo that real quick with you. Let's see. All right, next, last topic, how to save your work. This is probably the most important thing. I probably should have started with this. When you're in command mode, you type the colon and W to write the file. And now I've just saved this as vimtutorial.txt. To quit, I just do :Q. If I have not saved my work, it won't let me quit. It'll give me the choice to either, well, it doesn't give me a choice. It just tells me I haven't saved yet, and tells me that if I want to quit without saving, the command is Q ! So just straight up Q will get me here. Back up Vim tutorial, gets me back into my file. So if I make a change, and then I try and quit, here, let me just demo it, whoops. Like that, no right since last change, add ! To override. That's what I was trying to say. That would have been easier to just demo that, huh? So we'll get rid of that. So basically, and if you want to just write and quit all in the same line, :WQ gets it all done in one fell swoop. I'll use this a bunch. As I go through the course, I'll probably bring in a number of other features and explain them under certain circumstances why this is a good choice for how to use the editor. Hopefully you guys, if you're following along using Vim, will gain some experience using this tool, which a lot of people are extremely fast coding. People who are good at Vim are way faster than I ever will be using Microsoft Visual Studio or Qt or like a real editor that relies heavily on the mouse. I'm a huge fan of those also. Again, I'm going to stress, figure out what tool you're going to use, tools, and get good at using them. All right, have a great day, guys.